Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So guys, this video is about empaths and some of the traits that we have and some of the characteristics that we show. This coming from first hand because I'm an empath myself. And we're also called, I only come across this recently, but we're also called HSP. It's highly sensitive person. And I'll just be going over a few things highly sensitive people experience during their journey. I'm not sure if it's everyone, but most of the empaths I know, they're light workers and they're also healers. So if you can relate to most of this, you're probably an empath, healer, and a light worker anyway. So let's begin anyway. So empaths, they're so sensitive to energy, where like we can sense and pick up stuff that's around us and in our environment, and being sensitive to energy, so we can be sensitive to sound, we can get overstimulated very easily. We tend to kind of isolate as well, and we don't like crowded places because we absorb all the energy around us. Because I remember one time was at it was New Year and we was down the Thames, and I just ended up kind of feeling faint and stuff, because I was absorbing everything that was around me. So then as soon as I stepped out of the middle of the crowd, like I started feeling normal again. So it was quite, when you become more conscious of being highly sensitive, you can know how to start putting certain things in place to kind of manage that. And highly empaths, we pick up other people's emotions. So say for instance we walk into a room and someone's just had an argument, and everyone's trying to play it cool like nothing happened. Empaths just know. We can feel the tension in the room. We can feel people's sadness. We feel people's emotions. It's like kind of, in a way it's like a superpower, but in a way it's not, because sometimes we can feel other people's emotions and we take them on ourselves, and sometimes it's hard to distinguish what emotions are ours and what emotions are other people's, which kind of sucks, because we absorb other people's energy, and their energy, it's hard to distinguish whose energy is what. That's something I've struggled with, and I'm just coming to terms with it, learning to put like boundaries up, and learning to distinguish people's emotions from mine. And I'll give you some examples of things that empaths struggle with. We tend to struggle with change. I struggle with this a lot because I'm also a Capricorn and I'm very stubborn. So empaths struggle with change. Empaths struggle to let go of negative emotions. Jesus, I was in my early 20s and my late 20s. That's something I've really struggled with, letting go of negative emotions, and some of them negative emotions weren't even mine. And I've just learned to kind of learn to let go, and forgiveness and stuff. That's a part that was a part of my healing. We also fear rejection as well. And that's something that's like one of my core wounds, the rejection part, from past trauma and stuff. But I'm learning to manage it better, because I've done a lot of healing and explored it. Empaths always tend to beat themselves up as well, we just beat ourselves up for some reason. I don't know why. For feeling certain ways, feeling the way we do, not keep meeting our own expectations, I think. because I have high expectations of myself, not other people. Well, and other people, but more for myself. You know, like if I'm very given, I expect someone to match me, if that makes sense. So yeah, I tend to be yeah, I tend to beat myself up. Well, we tend to beat ourselves up. If you're an empath and you can relate to some of these things, you're most probably an empath as well. If you don't classify yourself as an empath, us empaths, we don't like conflict as well. Like we try to avoid conflict. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I just hate conflict. This and like yeah, conflict fighting. Yeah, that's not that's yeah, that's like a yeah. I try to avoid that as much as possible, man. Um, and another one. This is one that all empaths struggle. Well, this is a learning one as well. But empaths find it hard to say no. Um, like even with growing up, I see people and just say, "Yep, no, I'm not feeling that." For some reason, I just can't say no. I don't know why. I've been trying to learn to say no, but it's something I struggle with. I know a few other empaths that I know also struggle with this, with saying no. Um, and empaths see the world totally differently. That like we're connected to everything. Like the yeah, we're connected. Um, because we're sensitive to energy, we pick up a lot. So if things like we're sensitive to like the weather changes, we could be sensitive to food, certain materials and stuff. Um, and empaths are also highly intuitive as well. So this is a one I like. And this is just one that I just pick up like when I go to the gym or whatever. I'm just doing my little workout, and the biggest guy in the gym is making the most noise. Um, he's wanting attention from feeling insecure, and it's stuff that I just pick up, or being neglected as a kid or not being heard as a kid, so he wants to be seen. This is what I just pick up, and I ain't even speaking to him. I can just, if I'm near him, I can, people in the gym that I like that, I can just pick up their energy without even, yeah, it's funny because I can, it's in a way I can kind of read certain people's thoughts and behaviors and stuff, and I can kind of anticipate their next move. So when it happens, I'm like, oh, I already knew you was going to do that to a certain degree. So it's very interesting. Um, yeah, like I was saying before, and another thing is, empaths have poor boundaries, man. Maybe it's from childhood, I don't know, but we have poor, haven't well, this coming from me anyway. We set poor boundaries, or we don't know boundaries. Like there's no, for me, like I'm starting to learn about boundaries, but when you don't have boundaries, there's no stopping from what energy's theirs and what energy's yours, kind of get merged together, if I should say. So yeah, we have poor boundaries, should I say. I find it hard to know what emotions are ours or other people's when you hang around them. Empaths always want to help other people, and sometimes we help other people. Tend to put other people before ourselves, which kind of sucks because we end up sacrificing our needs for other people's needs. Like just being a healer and just wanting to help the planet and just help people in general. You might have random people telling you their life stories on the subway, the bus, or you just draw people to you that just can just open up to you. It's like my tattooist. I was talking to her one time, and she just ended up coming out with. We just got into a subject. The conversation was just flowing, and then we was talking about being suicidal and stuff. And then she was like, "Oh, she's never spoke about anyone in her life about that." And I was like, "Well, like I just." Yeah, it's one of them ones people just open up and they don't even mean to. It's just like yeah, and they can just feel your energy. It's like a comforting kind of thing, and people can heal in your being in your presence. Most empaths are givers. Like we tend to give and have a hard time receiving, which I've started to learn about, learning to receive, because it's about balancing energy. You can't give all the time. You need to learn to give and receive. So that's been a part of my practice as well. And for me, when I'm hanging around people too much, with this I become more conscious of this. I'm quite conscious of my energy. If I'm hanging around people too much, I start absorbing their energy and I start mimicking them. It's really weird. I start mimicking them unconsciously. So I don't know. Say for instance, back in the day, not back in. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into that. That's a whole different. That's a whole different thing. But yeah, it's like I don't know. Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like a superpower. I can go anywhere, and if I'm there for a few hours, I can blend in, and it's like a superpower. It's like a chameleon, should I say? Like I can start mimicking people and stuff. Yeah, it's really weird. It's like I call it a superpower. But then yeah, that's when I can start losing myself in a way to not sure what energy's absorbed and what energy's mine and what's other people's. But I still know self, if that makes sense. It's yeah. And for me, and this is for a couple other empaths I know, from past trauma at a young age, us empaths tend to shut down our lower chakras, the solar plexus, sacral, and the root chakra, and we tend to work for our higher chakras. We can get with the lower chakras shut off. Sometimes we can become insecure. We can have addiction problems, and we can have self-esteem problems due to the earth chakras being shut down. I call the first three chakras the earth chakras, and the upper three, your source chakras, your higher chakras, and then your heart is the center. That's the heart chakra is where the human and spirit meet, should I say. Yeah, people are drawn to you being an empath, so you probably draw to you a lot of wounded people that need healing. Yeah, on your journey. Maybe narcissists as well, or just damaged people. Empaths are very self-aware, and they kind of know, they just know, they have a good understanding of self, should I say. Empaths also need a lot of alone time to recharge their batteries, because yeah, like I was saying, for some reason, I just used to do this unconsciously as a teenager. I was just going for stages with just not going out. Like I'm a sociable person, was always out, and then for a few months I just weren't going out. Maybe it was anxiety, I'm not sure, but I just needed to be away from people, so I stayed inside and was gaming and stuff. But yeah, we need a lot of alone time to recharge, and empaths are quite in touch with nature, and being in nature recharges our batteries. So it's not and we can tend to isolate as well, for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, we just find our own company more fascinating than the external, because empaths are more on an internal journey than an external journey. Like I'm saying, not all light workers are empaths, and not all empaths are light workers, but most of the empaths are light workers, and on the mission to help heal the planet and raise the vibration. And empaths, we feel things on a deep level, man. So yeah, when we see violence, sad things happening, even looking at how the world is, like, it hurts on a deep level because we're connected, we're very sensitive, and we can feel it. I can feel stuff. Like when I see homeless people, sometimes I just give them the last bit of money I got, because it's like, I know their journey, their spiritual journey is, they got more they've chosen the harder road for more soul growth, if that makes sense, because I can read people's soul mission, instead of the external, if that makes sense. So when I'm speaking to people, I'm speaking to people's soul, instead of their ego, if that makes sense. So when I'm seeing a homeless person, I'm like, yeah, I can see what you're doing. You're being homeless because you chosen that to incarnate and do that because you've got lessons to learn in that, not because, oh yeah, you're a bum and this and that. Your soul's incarnated there because you wanted to go down that road and experience that. Yeah, we absorb other people's energy. Yeah, covered that. Yeah, we attract animals. Fucking hell, like empaths attract animals. Um, yeah, animals and little kids are just drawn to us empaths. Like fucking hell, man. I'll be sitting like today. I was just walking, and squirrels just following me down the road. I track crows. I almost adopted a crow in 2020. Like had it in a box and everything. Birds. Yeah, I attract some weird animals, man. Foxes. I remember one time it was one full moon and I went to go and meditate, and a fox literally walked me up the hill to where I was gonna go and meditate. I've had some weird experiences with animals, man. So yeah, little kids and animals are attracted to us because they can sense our energy, and they know our energies of like a comforting, loving, healing kind of energy. Like yeah, they're just drawn to us. Um, and this is kind of wrapping it up now. As an empath, it's good to find out what is stressing you, because we tend to absorb a lot, and we can take on a lot more than is needed, and it can have a effect on our physical, mental, and emotional bodies, should I say. So it's good to cleanse regularly, and kind of become conscious of who you're hanging around, and spreading your like where your energy is going and what you're putting your energy into, because yeah, there's energy vampires out there. You can get energy parasites. People like to drain off your energy. You can waste a lot of energy, like if you're giving a lot of energy to a project or a person or whatever, and you're not reciprocating, there sucking your energy and you're being left depleted anyway. And a lot of people can home in on being an empath, because you're just a giver, and people yeah, just drawn to us, should I say. But yeah, guys, that was just a little video about being an empath or a HSP, highly sensitive person. Yeah, if you like the video, guys, please like, share, and subscribe, because the algorithm is all wild on there, and just trying to share yeah, share the knowledge, man. If you can relate to being empath, hit the comments below, and yeah, hit the comments, and I'll put my email down there so you guys can send me an email to if you need help wherever you are on your journey, if you need any advice anyway, man. Peace, love, and light, tribe. I'm gonna hit you guys up real soon when I've got another video, or I've got another one already lined up for you guys, but anyway, but I'm gonna hit you guys up soon anyway. Peace.